You got a cupcake wrapper and you are going to press it and make it flat. Flatten the cupcake wrapper. Okay, the next step is going to be to put your circle right here. And be very careful with the edges, but I want you to trace the circle on your ISN at the very top of it, okay, like this, at the very top of the page, because we're going to use the rest of the space underneath. So go ahead and trace this circle using a pen or pencil. The next thing is you're going to take your card, the one that I just lent you. I want you to skip about maybe 6 lines right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. If you have wide ruled, then take the circle and from about the half, starting down here at the bottom of the circle, about half, and that's where you need to draw the line, okay, with a pen. Some of you have a marker around you, go ahead and use a marker. Okay, just a straight line. We're going to be using that line to guide us. All right. Now, on the cupcake wrapper, remember yesterday we had these circles over here. How did we find the center of the circle? Yes, Isaias.
We had to go, we had to find the circumference.
No, Fernanda?
You fold it in half and then you fold the other half.
Okay, good. So that's what I want you to do with a cupcake. I want the cupcake wrapper. I want you to fold it in half like this. Okay? And when you fold it, go ahead and crease it. What does that mean? Press on it, like pinch it like this with your nails. Okay? Make sure you get that straight line right there. Then with your pen, I want you to draw that diameter inside. Okay, so that, see that line in the middle, that diameter, use the wrapper, fold it up, that way you get a straight line in there, like that. There's my diameter. And then, like Fernanda said, we're going to fold it again, right, like this. That way we can find the center of this circle. Crease it. And draw another diameter inside. Okay. Right now, this is what you should have so far. Now, if I want to get half of this little section, of this 1/4, how would I get half of that? How do I make another line right there? Fold it again. So this line is going to fall on top of this line right here. So just fold it like this. Connect those two lines. Draw the diameter again. Okay. And I want to have a congruent, like all around 8 congruent slices. So I need to do the same thing with this big section right here, this 1/4 section. So you fold it one more time. What do you need? Nothing? Go ahead and fold. Okay, so this is what we should end up with. We should have 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. On the inside or the outside, as long as you can see it. So it doesn't matter if you want to use the color side, if you want to use the inside, whichever side you prefer. Okay? But the next step is I need for you to cut them. Cut them out. Okay? So cut them using the lines that you drew.
The total is 8, right?
Yes, you should have a total. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see, you should have a total of 8 pieces, first of all. Okay? So now what we're going to do is I want you to take this piece, one piece, and put it right on that line that you drew. But don't connect it like the corner with the corner like this because it's not going to work. You have to use this part right here, like the bottom of it. Make sure that it's pointing straight up. Okay? So it's going to be a little bit curved up and a little bit curved up on both sides. Then watch before you start pasting. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the next piece and you're going to put it upside down like this, making sure that these edges touch, but also that this point down here touches the red line. Okay, so it has to be like this. So it's going to be one up, one down. Okay.
Oh, isn't it like a yes.
Like a what? Like a what? Go ahead.
Parallelogram.
A parallelogram, exactly. That's what I wanted you to see. That's what I wanted you to see. That we actually started with a circle. I'm going to write circle over here. But then it changed into a parallelogram. So go ahead and write parallelogram over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to investigate how the area of a circle, the formula for the area of a circle came about. Okay, and we're going to use the parallelogram in order to get that. So it's like I used a circle in order to get a parallelogram. Now I'm going to use the formula for area of a parallelogram to come up with a formula for area of a circle. Okay? All right. Mathematics chart and 5 variables are together without an operation means multiplying. Okay? Okay, so let's go first to the parallelogram. All right? And we're going to label the base on the parallelogram. Okay? So the base is down here. Just put a letter B for base. We're talking about all of this line right here. This is the base of the parallelogram. Label it with the letter B. Okay? And go to the second slice up here. And from this point all the way to the edge, that is your what?
Height.
That is the height. So put H. H for height. Now, I want you to understand where it's coming from. So, because this point right here is actually coming from the center right here, right? Right about here more or less. And it's going all the way to the edge of this circle like this. Then this line, which is that line right there, in the parallelogram it's the height, but in the circle, what's it called?
A radius.
Very good. Radius. Radius. That's okay. You're learning. So it's radius. All right, so then let's go down here to the formula. I'm going to circle the height, and I'm going to write an arrow and put R for radius. The height is now the radius. The height of the parallelogram is the radius of the circle. Okay? Now, look at the base of the parallelogram. It is composed of, or made up of, this right here, plus this, plus this. What section of the circle is that?
That is the edges.
It is the edge, so it is the circumference, exactly. So it's like I have this up here, and use your highlighter at your desk or a marker or a pen or something, and go ahead and outline the circumference.
Which is the outside, right?
But why am I only doing half of it?
Because that's a radius.
No.
That's the diameter.
No.
No, because it equals...
Why is it only half of it, Christina? Okay, you're close, you're close. Now look at it, look at all of them. How many were they?
8.
8. But are all these curves, how many curves are there?
4.
So I'm really only using 4, which is half of 8, right? So I'm not using the whole circumference. I'm only using half of the circumference.
Why?
Because I'm only using half of them on the bottom and the other half on the top. You see that? But the base in the bottom is only 4 of them. So it's kind of like it's right here. See this little triangle right here? That's that one. Okay, so here's one part, and then you'll have 2 and 3 and 4. All right? But right now, because I'm only have 4 down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, then I only have 4 out of 8, which is half. That means that I have half of circumference. Go ahead and write that. Half of the circumference, and put an arrow going all the way to the base, because that's what it's transforming into. Okay? So then let's go down here to the formula. The base, go ahead and circle it, is actually half times the circumference, because remember that times is of. Half of the circumference, and then the B and the H together, the base and the height together means multiply, right? So this should be multiplied by R. Now I'm not done yet. This is just part. We're taking it in steps. Okay? Okay, so make sure we're converting this formula into the formula of area of a circle. That's what I'm getting to. Very slowly, but I'm getting there. All right? Now let's go down here. And I'm going to put area is equal to, and I'm going to put half, 1/2 times. Now, here it says circumference. So in my mathematics chart, there is a formula for circumference when they give me the radius. So look at the math chart.
2 pi times radius.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to write 2 times pi times radius. And all of that section right here, I'm just going to put like a little box. This is the letter C, circumference. And I got that from the mathematics chart. Okay, now let's not forget this R. Just like I brought down the 1/2 and put it in front, I have to bring the R and put it right there. Times R, radius.
Again?
Yes, because this is the height of the parallelogram. And this one is, this other R, this other radius is for the circumference of the circle. So it's 2 separate radiuses. Radii. Okay, now let's clean it up because it looks a little bit messy. And we can simplify this. Algebraically, we can simplify it. If I'm going to multiply 1/2 times a whole number, what do I do to the whole number?
You divide it by 2.
Nope.
No, you add a 1.
I add a 1 underneath it, right? Make it into a fraction. Now I can multiply. 1 times 2?
1 times 2 is 2.
Okay. And 2 times 1?
2.
Is 2. And 2 over 2?
1.
Is 1 whole. Times pi times, and then these 2, can I change them to add an exponent?
Oh, what?
Can I change this to have an exponent? Very good. R to the 2nd power.
Wouldn't that be having a diameter?
No. Because to get the diameter, you have to take the radius times 2. And this is not radius times 2. This is radius times radius. Okay, and we're going to do an example with using it, and that you'll see the difference with the numbers. Okay, all right. Let's clean it up a little bit more, because when we look at the formulas in the math chart, they don't use the times in there. They don't use the symbols. So we're just going to write area equal, and 1 times anything is going to be that same anything. So I don't have to put the 1. Area equal pi.
Pi equals 3.
Pi radius squared. Now look at your math chart. Look at your math chart.